the Troy Police Department. I'm going to give you the latest and most up-to-date information that we have in regard to the shooting that occurred at Corwell, Troy this morning. At 7:08 this morning, our dispatch center received a call from the Corwell, Troy security of a shooting that had just occurred in the parking garage. Security was able to give us information that it appears a handgun was fired 5 times at the victim. The victim was hit 2 times in the arm, and his vehicle was also struck. This appears to be a targeted incident between 2 employees of the hospital. The hospital was placed into a lockdown, as well as local schools and daycares were notified to put into a soft lockdown. Currently, multiple agencies, many agencies, are searching and clearing the hospital and the surrounding areas, although it is not believed that the suspect is still inside the hospital. The search is included with canines, drones, and helicopters throughout the area. The victim is a 25-year-old male from Troy who is alive and in stable condition. The suspect is not yet in custody, but not believed to be at the hospital. We will not be releasing any victim or suspect information at this time due to the ongoing investigation. And hopefully later this morning we'll be able to provide further update with some additional information. I'll take a couple of questions if anyone has one. Yes?
Do you have a better idea who you're looking for?
Can you just talk about the response of this and what how you have to clear a hospital with a lot of rooms, it's a big building, a lot of people inside?
Correct. Yeah. This is obviously something that takes all these agencies to respond, and we're very thankful that all these agencies dropped everything they had going on and responded immediately to assist us in searching the hospital. We have multiple coordinated search teams calling out and clearing floor by floor at a time, every room at a time. It's a very large operation. Obviously, this is a massive hospital that we have here in our city. Again, it takes everyone that did respond. We have agencies from all over the surrounding area, to include some federal agencies that also responded.
Although you're not sharing the suspect description, do you have a clear idea of who you're looking for? And as far as lockdowns in schools, daycare centers, et cetera, where does all that stand to?
Yes, so the hospital is still in lockdown, but we're coming to a close here on being able to be confident that the hospital is clear. As well as at that point, I think we will be releasing soft lockdowns on the local schools and daycare, but we will notify them when that does take place. We want to make sure that that is the best information we have before we release those lockdowns at both the hospital and the local schools and daycare. As far as the suspect, the victim was able to identify the suspect, so that's how we're able to narrow that down.
Did you say both the victim?
Was this like an ambush? Did he surprise him in the parking lot? Did they fight in the parking lot and then shots rang out? What led up to it?
Not exactly sure what led up to that. That's still being investigated and looked into, and I hope to be able to provide that information to you a little bit later.
I know you said you weren't providing a lot of suspect and victim information. Who was the 25-year-old man that you...
The 25-year-old male from Troy is the victim in this incident.
And he is going to be okay?
He is in stable condition.
The shooter is a
Correct.
male as well, did you say?
Pardon me?
The suspect is a male as well, did you say?
The suspect is also a male. I'm not going to release any further information than that, but the suspect is not in custody, like I mentioned.
A lot going around on social media about the fact that both of these individuals were in scrubs. Can you confirm that?
I don't have that information.
Do you know in what capacity they were employees? Were they doctors, nurses, custodial staff, security?
I also don't have that information. I'm not sure what exactly their employment capacity was at the hospital.
What about for how long have they been employed at the hospital?
That I don't know either. I'm sorry.
Was the handgun left at the scene, or did they take it with?
That I'm not also sure on either at this point.
How can you assure those that are in the hospital? I mean, there's thousands of employees. This is a frightening thing. I know you had said that.
Yep, so we can assure those in the hospital because we have, like I said, multiple agencies inside that hospital. still continuing to search the hospital, and at this point in our investigation, we're pretty confident the suspect is no longer inside that hospital.
What makes you so confident, if you can answer that?
I'm not going to share that information at this point.
Can you share the emotional feeling at this particular moment? We're talking about a massive hospital, hundreds of patients, hundreds of employees. What's the emotional state there now, as best to your knowledge?
Sure. This is very emotional, I'm sure, for all those employees that were at the hospital and immediately involved in this, who, you know, received the lockdown notice immediately. Like I said, I just want to send a message to them that we're there, we're on scene, we're doing our best to keep you safe, and I'm confident that they are safe inside that hospital.
I know you said that you're confident they're not in the hospital anymore. Do you believe the suspect is still in Troy, and what should residents do?
Residents in the immediate area should just kind of avoid the area and obviously keep their eyes peeled for anything suspicious they may see. Obviously call our dispatch center if you observe an individual that you're not familiar with, or, you know, could possibly fit I don't have such a description at this point, but something out of the ordinary in that immediate area, absolutely. And still encourage the public to avoid the hospital and the immediate area. I know all the major intersections within, you know, 1 mile to 2 miles of that hospital are locked down right now.
If you don't have a suspect description, how do you know who you're looking for?
Well, we know who we're looking for. That's why. But I don't want to share that information with the public until I have further information on it. So.
Did the conflict, is it something that happened at work that led to this, or is it something from outside of work being brought in? Like, did they know each other prior?
Sure. It seems that they did know each other. I'm not sure how extensively, you know, at work or outside of work, but that's something that we are looking into here. So, all right, I think that's all the information we have to share at this point. So, like I said, I don't have an exact time of when further information will be shared later in the day, but I would keep an eye on our Twitter, and I'll share that information on there when it's available.
Also, sir, we've done many stories about folks posting on social media when they see something, when they hear something. They tend to post it themselves. How important is it for folks to call you guys right now?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I would say call us before you intervene yourself. And for those who are posting information that they think they know something on social media, I would probably stay away from that because you're potentially providing bad information to the public, and we don't want to send people into any kind of panic. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.